What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been around, I do a little bit of lawn care and landscaping services here in Southern California. And I know on my previous video I talked about bringing lawns down to get them ready for seed, and here we are. I already seeded more than half of my clients' lawns, and today I will take you guys through how I get it done. I'm by myself today. Got a couple lawns to do, nothing too crazy, but definitely got to get them done. And it's a little bit of work and a lot of trash, but I'll take you guys through what I do and how I do it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so step number one would be to lower the height of cut down as low as possible without stalling out the machine. I use the True Cut, works really well. I just scalp it down as low as possible real quick. That's the first cut, and then I had to come back around, do a second pass with the dethatcher. As you can see, here's my dethatcher that I'll be using, and that's just to kind of verticut the Bermuda lawn, because it, you know, gets real thick. All my Bermuda guys know what's up. It grows really thick and intertwines with each other and makes it really hard for that seed to get down to the soil. So we do that. But yeah, so here I'll run that machine, get it all cut up, and then I'll do another pass with the True Cut and get it down as low as I possibly can. That way I can put the seed down. So stay tuned. I'll time lapse it and I'll show you guys how I do this front yard, and I also do the backyard, but probably just do a quick video of the front. So stay tuned. All right, guys, here we go with the second step. I didn't get the first step on video just because you guys all know what mowing a lawn looks like, and this one actually took a lot longer than it should have, just because this client actually decided to go ahead with this renovation and overseed service a little later than expected. They actually declined to actually have this service done, but last minute they decided to get it done after all. So I had to come around and actually mow it from 1.5 inches all the way back down to under 1/2 inch. So I took a whole inch of lawn with me, had to pack it all out and get it out of there. Typically throughout the first couple weeks that it starts cooling down, I'll start to mow the lawn lower and lower every week. That way I can avoid this as far as doing so much work at one visit. You know, I'll just take a little bit of grass at a time. But anyways, guys, the first step is actually to start lowering your lawn, and then the next step would be this step here, and that is dethatching or verticutting or power raking, however you might call it. It's all the same thing. What we're doing is just cutting up the canopy to open it up. That way we can get good seed to soil contact and get it to germinate within those 10 to 14 days. So here, as you can see, I'm just passing this power rake just like I would with the lawnmower, making a couple passes in different directions. That way I can just get the best out of it and get it as open as possible. That way we can have a really good overseed. But I actually just rent this piece of equipment just because I only use it here in the fall time when I am doing these overseeds, these winter overseeds here in Southern California, especially where I'm at. We all have Bermuda lawns, and they go dormant in the winter time. So to have a nice green lawn throughout the winter and going all the way into spring, we overseed them with perennial ryegrass, and that's the process that I'm taking you guys through. But yeah, well, just got done power raking. The next step after that, what I like to do is I actually like to rake it all up with my rake, and get all the debris raked up into little piles. That way it makes it just so much easier for me to pass the True Cut again. And because once all that debris actually gets stuck into your blades, it could potentially stall it out or make the clutch slip a bit. So just to make it a easier process, I just rake it all up and get it out of there. That way I can move on with the next step. So I guess this would be the third step, and that is clearing up all the debris. As you see here, a little bit of manual labor never hurt anybody. Just getting her done. I actually enjoy this really nice day. As you see, I'm wearing a sweater. We went from 100-degree weather straight into, mid 70s, low 80s. So really enjoying this weather. I'm getting ready to shed that sweater here pretty soon, just because that work gets you worked up and sweaty real fast. So make sure you're in good shape to do this. You'll know if you did a good job with the power rake if the rake is just slipping through the canopy of that Bermuda, because all my Bermuda guys know how thick that stuff could get, and there's no way you'll just pass a rake through it. So you do a good job if you're raking through it and it's the rake is just gliding through the grass. So that's a good job. And next step would just be to keep lowering it. This lawn was really tall, a lot taller than I would maintain it at. I decided to let the grass grow a little bit longer on this one because, like I said, the client notified me that they weren't going to go ahead with these services. So I just like to maintain them at 1.5 if they're just going to go dormant through the winter time. But if they're going to overseed, I typically start lowering them, a 1/4 inch at a time from, I maintain them from 1 inch to 3/4. So I'll just start lowering it down to about 1/2 inch. That way, when I come do this renovation and overseed, the process is so much easier. It's usually just, a scalp past the dethatcher, and then a final scalp, and then you're good to go. But not on this one. It was just a little bit longer, and it is what it is. But here I am, continuing to lower the lawn, getting it down to the desired height. That way, typically you want to get it a lot lower than what you're going to maintain your perennial ryegrass at. So I'm trying to get this one under 1/2 inch. That way I could just maintain this lawn at about 1 inch. I think it looks really good at that height. And so I just want to make sure that, you're not seeing any of that dormant Bermuda through that perennial ryegrass when it greens up. But here I am, still just lowering the lawn. I'll let you guys continue watching this. Just a couple more passes with the True Cut, the real mower. And if you don't have a True Cut, that's okay. You can use a McLean or whatever you might have, but preferably a commercial grade real mower will definitely help out with this process. This lawn's extremely thick and extremely tall, so it's taking a little bit longer than it usually does, but we'll get her done. So right here, I'm just using the string trimmer to bring down the height on the edges where the True Cut won't really reach. So I'm bringing it down almost all the way down to the soil. I mean, I could see dirt, it's almost getting rid of the complete lawn. But don't be afraid of this process. Don't be afraid to scalp it all the way down. Bermuda lawns are super hardy. You can cut them down to all the way down to dirt, and in the springtime they will be right back out with a little bit of help from some fertilizers. They'll be right back greened up and growing again once the temperatures reach the desired growing temps. So don't be scared of bringing down your lawn. If you have a Bermuda lawn, just bring it all the way down. Bring it all the way down to dirt, and it will make its way back. As long as you fertilize in the spring and fertilize in the green up period, you're good to go. So just putting a good edge on it. And here I will do the final scalp. This is just under 1/2 inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch. So got it down, scalped all the way down. You could see dirt. I mean, you might not be able to tell by the video, but you can definitely see the soil. It is completely exposed, and that's what you're looking for when you're getting ready to overseed. You want good seed to soil contact That way you have good germination and speedy germination as well. You don't want it to look like this for more than a couple weeks. Here in about 10 days, I'll start to see germination, start to see some good green up. Hopefully on the 14th day, when I come back for my maintenance visit, I could do the first cut and go from there. So here, like I said, I'm just doing the final cut, and enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so as you can see, this is the final scalp. I'm gonna make a couple cuts in different directions. That way I ensure that I get it cut as close as to the soil as I possibly can with my mower. It is just about to the lowest setting, cutting it definitely under half an inch. The canopy is opened up completely because of the power rake. And the next step for me after I get this final scalp done is just blowing off all the debris off of the lawn. So I'll go with my blower. I didn't get that on video, but I do blow the whole lawn off to get all the debris off of there and cleared up. And then I blow off all the concrete and I sweep up all the debris and get rid of that right before I seed. That's pretty much it for scalping and dethatching or power raking to open up the canopy so we can put that seed down. So I'm gonna do the backyard real quick, and then I'm gonna lay some seed out here in the front yard, and I'll let you guys watch that so you guys can see how I get that done. Alright guys, here we go. It's the final step. We just got to seed the lawn. I got a drop spreader for the perimeter, and then I have a broadcast spreader for everything else. So this is it. So like I said in the video, I just use this drop spreader around the edges, and that's just to ensure I don't get any seed into the planting bed areas. I don't want to have to come back and have to spray and hoe that stuff out. So I just make a couple passes around the edge with the drop spreader, and then I just use my broadcast spreader for the rest of the lawn. That way I'm not making a big old mess. And my broadcast spreader is actually calibrated for about 10 to 11 pounds per 1,000 square foot, and I've had tremendous success at that rate for the past couple years, so I'll just continue to use that rate. Feel free to go as heavy as you like or as light as you like, but I typically 10 pounds per 1,000 square foot is a pretty good rate. I've seen people go up to 20, 25 pounds or even heavier if they're looking for that golf course look and they're cutting their lawn, you know, half an inch to 3/4 type of deal. But I'm maintaining these lawns at a inch to inch and a half. So 10 to 11 pounds per 1,000 square foot is perfectly fine with me. And I just broadcast in the north-south direction, and then I go back on a east and west direction to make sure I have even coverage. And another thing, guys, is just pay attention to your seed that you're buying. I use a perennial ryegrass over an annual ryegrass because I like that deeper, darker green, and so do my clients. It's a little more expensive than annual ryegrass, but that's okay. Another thing, look at the label. Make sure you're getting a good germination. I like the 90% germination, and I also like the seed without any poana or without any weed seeds is what I recommend. I just don't want to introduce any seeds into any of my clients' lawns. I just don't like it. You know, obviously you could pay a little bit less and get some with some weeds and then deal with it later. No big deal. Totally up to you. I just don't like it. But here you go.
All right, guys, that's it for the front. Super windy, so I'm gonna try to get on out of here. I just got to do the back real quick, oversee that, and then we're all done here. Thanks for watching. What's going on, guys? Just wanted to check in and finish off this video by showing you guys the end result. It's been about 5 weeks. Mowed this lawn twice already, and yeah, getting ready to put down some fertilizer and get it going. So here's a quick look of how it's turning out so far. As far as the overseed, really nice. Still really young, really thin, but we're gonna get it there, put down some more fert, and get it nice and thick before winter. So like, subscribe, tune in for the next video. Thanks, guys.